Lugo, what it do? Y'all already know what it is. I don't usually go live, and do reviews. I'm a little late on this, but this is something that I wanted to do at the top of the year. So let's get to it. Power Book 4 Force, Episode 10. Man, what can we say about this episode? Man, listen. I thought it was pretty good, but the way that it ended, it kind of threw me off. I already know that they're on this whole thing like setting up for legacy, and we already knew what was going to happen as far as Tariq coming in, and a lot of people also thought that we was going to see Ghost. And I knew, and I told my brother, who I'm going to probably have on the live stream next time to review it with me, I knew that Ghost wasn't going to be in it. Um, there's a lot of rumors, a lot of talk on the internet about YouTubers and stuff. But one thing I did call is I said Jannar was going to live, and I thought that Vic was going to live. Oddly enough, I was on the fence about Vic, but I didn't see the cop guy um, getting whacked. I didn't see that coming. By the everything just felt so rushed. So I'm going to try to, review it without completely going out of order. But look, the beginning of the episode, you see Kate here. She's at the funeral, and a lot of feelings are in the air because JP's dead or whatever. And that was unfortunate. And she was just, telling how like she wasn't that good of a mother. And you actually seen a scene with her and the baby father Herman, JP's father, D-Mac's grandfather. I thought that was cool. I feel like they should have probably had some more scenes early on than this, but she's in there talking, and she's, everybody's in here giving they, expressions of everything going on. You know what I'm saying? So everybody at the funeral, and just so happened, Janara and them staking out the daggone the funeral right outside the funeral while they having it after they just had this big war the second time around. I thought that was kind of crazy or whatever. They was out front, just kind of like chilling, but I guess Miguel had he had a favor or whatever from the police station, so he had a whole bunch of cops come out there and pretty much escort them out, which I thought was a smart move, but I didn't understand how that could be a thing when the police was kind of looking for Tommy at the same time. But you see him and Maria out front looking at Jannar right in his face, like they can see each other like right across the street. And you see over here Miguel like right there as well. And everybody, they hip to game or whatever. They know what's going on, but they calm and collected because they had the police come and basically be out there on deck. But they was definitely, hold on, trying to get into that part exactly, but it won't let me find it. There they go. He had like mad police out there. And I was thinking like, how many police forces they got, because they definitely should be knowing about Tommy, and definitely because he killed the one lady, Stacy Marks. But all in all, like you get past this part of them just having a stare down or whatever, he's talking to Miguel, and I forgot what him and Miguel was talking about, but I guess they getting ready for the war or whatever after this. And soon as Tommy is getting ready to leave, this weirdo, hold up, I got y'all. This weirdo, he comes up and asks him if he has a light and starts a fight. And this is one of Vic's guys. And I think we've seen him a few times, like maybe 2 or 3 times this season. But he just pulls up on Tommy and just starts going ham with a little pocket knife. And I'm like, bro, this isn't gonna be it. And you coming at this man right after the funeral. But Tommy, you know, he beats his ass. It was a good little fight or whatever. Um, they was definitely scrapping in that little yard or whatever. They was definitely scrapping in that yard, but Tommy ended up stabbing him in the neck, right on the side of the neck, and getting him out of there. And you know, Tommy, he gotta get the phone and see what's going on. So he gets the phone, and he realized that it's Vic or whatever. So he calls the number and lets Vic know, like, dude, I know what you on, and it was a bad look. You should have did it yourself. Like, I agree, he should have probably did it himself, cause that's a punk ass move to try to send a hitter and you done moved off out of town and you supposed to be out of it like that was gonna work. You know Tommy better than that. But this man out in La La Land somewhere. He takes his phone, and I noticed in this episode they took mad phones and had to use like the facial recognition. I thought that was like cool. But you see Vic hiding out in the damn woods and the trees somewhere off the grid with the little shorty that he was dealing with that worked with Stacy. And this man Tommy just says, "Yeah, I'm gonna call this man." He calls this man right after murking his man's for real. And he let him know, like, I don't know where you at, but wherever you are, I'm coming for you. Classic Tommy. Like, I don't know, this dude crazy. But the anticipation in this episode was so, like, you thought a lot was gonna happen, but when it boiled down to it, you know, it wasn't everything that you thought it was gonna be, but they definitely touched on a lot of things or whatever. But you got Vic over here faking the life over here with Shorty, not letting her know that he really want some smoke still, even though he's claimed he wanted to get away and get out of town. And now that he out of town, he having second thoughts about coming back. But I don't know, that was stupid to me. I feel like he should have just got out of Dodge while he had the chance. And then you got this fool Jannard back his brother just told him to promise him right after he got his brother whacked, trying to save his life. Not to do drugs no more. This man already got the dag on. I don't know if he did drugs before this episode, but he promised him he was never gonna, touch it again. And I mean, to be fair, in this scene, he kind of like got to the point where he just, put it all out. He was reflecting like, yo, he didn't want to deal with it no more. And for some reason, this looked like the same roof that was at the end. But Ortega, he sent him a message telling he was going to send him some more backup, because he pretty much lost all his men last episode when they ramshacked, the church. And, a lot of people died because Shanti and them gave them the drop on Jannard in the first place. So he a little messed up, but now he got a little bit of help. Supposed to be coming in from Ortega. And Ortega really ain't got no room to be losing no more people, because they ain't been winning at nothing apparently. He got the worst hitman in power history. What we got here? Oh yeah, they pulling one out for Diamond. That was like the next scene coming up, and they was just talking, discussing like, how they lost the big dog. But the crazier thing, and I think it was a rapper that showed up in here that was a special guest appearance too. I don't recall who he was, but his face looked familiar for real. But this was the part where he confronted like the double agent, I forgot his name, but he confronted him about where he was at when the shootout took place, and where he was at this episode when they was trying to get busy with it. He was like nowhere to be found, and he already had peeped was hiding behind the wall in episode 9. Like, he wasn't in the shootout, and he didn't take a shot at Shanti when he had the chance to. So he put 2 and 2 together, asked him could he see his phone, and he kept saying he was tweaking, like trying to blame the Jannard that was on the drugs. And Jannard was like, nah bro, let me see your phone. So yo try to walk away, and he shot him in the back of the head. And then he took the phone, used the facial recognition again, like how he did in the other scene. And then he seen the text messages of him dropping a location for Shanti and them to, when to pull up and, start to hit on them. And it was kind of wild. So yo was over here, I'm right here. He was over here like faking like it ain't even like that, dude. This and the third, and he tries to pull one over on him. This is the rapper right here. I forgot his name, him right there, but he's definitely like somebody that's like special guest type shit. But I'm gonna figure out who it was. I can't call it right now. But anyway, he ended up putting this dude down permanently, and that's that for him for real. So um, he took the phone and he let everybody know in the room that whoever is with him is with him, and whoever not gonna end up like him, basically letting everybody know. You dig? And that was that. You feel me? Next scene, you just got D-Mac reflecting about his pops or whatever, and he's kind of blown or whatever. I'm sorry y'all can't see it because I'm actually on the actual video. Then you got Maria talking to Kate, and she knows that she was trying to leave town and they ain't tell Tommy, so they had a little heart to heart. Wasn't really no big deal that I remember, but they talked for quite a little minute, and then she told Tommy she was going back to New York or whatever. D-Mac, he ready to get right back to business. Like, they don't even show that he was really shot like that. And I find that strange that he was shot. And then the next episode, like, that just happened a day ago and yo, right good. Like, he a soldier, I give it to him. D-Mac definitely earned his stripes, but he was making a lot of foolish decisions. I really wanted to see him, Marshall, and Tariq together, working together. I thought that would have been dope, but I guess they had to off one of them for the other one to come through, whatever. And I also thought Kate was gonna get whacked, but she's going back to New York, so that's not gonna happen. And she has a conversation with Tommy after D-Mac, leaves the room, and she's letting Tommy know that she's leaving and that he need to stay on point and do what he gotta do, and that she lost a child just like he lost a brother, so she's hurting too, and she don't want to start using drugs again. So her way of dealing with it is to go back to New York and do whatever she gotta do to get right. This next scene, I'm trying to remember, because I only watched it like once. He's talking to Shanti about getting to Janara, and I think he wants Shanti to go and talk to Janara, even though she know that she set him up, and she has to go over there and basically check his temperature and see what he's talking about, because they didn't have another inside man, because she told him that she found out her inside man is no longer alive. So that was that. This guy right here has been on everybody's shit list the entire season, bruh. Like, everybody's shit list the entire season, to the point where he's been slithering his way for survival. We haven't even seen this man's wife, his wife that he's been trying to protect. We haven't even seen her. Like he's been going to bats for this imaginary wife. But basically, he's in there thinking shit is all good, and my man Bobby coming there not playing no games. He said, I seen you with the dude having dinner. He gave you some money in an envelope. We know that you working with the Ortega group. And he was getting in his ass. He was just like, bro, like, I already know what's going on. I don't even know why you playing these type of games. So he's like telling him what it is and what it's going to be. And dude's still like trying to like negotiate and basically say like, I could say nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? I could say nothing at all and we don't get nothing. But he think he's worried about clearing Stacy's name when he just want to get Tommy back, low key. Like he really just want to get Tommy back for the murder of his wife or whatever. So I understand where he coming from, but Sang over here thinking it's about, you know, something else, like other interests, talking about he'll split him some money. He ain't worried about the money, he just wanna get Tommy. And you know, when I look at it, I was like, bro definitely on a money trip. He say he keep trying to save his wife, but really he want that power position so that he can have more control, and he wants to be dirty. I mean, I think he actually enjoys being a dirty cop. He was just waiting for his opportunity. This next section right here, I think it's Tommy talking to Maria, and she's like telling him that she loves him. He's so strong and broken, and also overcoming shit at the same time. But she's like just hyping this up to get him, like, you know, off guard on what she doing. But you'll see Kate on the side kind of peeping what's going on, because she already knows she planned to leave, but she didn't tell Tommy. But she also knows that, like, you know, a war is about to break out, so it's like it's probably best that she do leave. But he wasn't going to allow, like, she couldn't tell him that she was leaving, because he wasn't going to have that. And then over here, this is where Shanti pulls up to go talk to Jannard. And it's like, bro, you know this wasn't gonna go well. Like, this whole conversation is like when people be talking in code and you think that, like, they're gonna go for this lie, but y'all both hip to game. He know that she lying. She know that he know that she lying. But we still playing this game on screen as if you know, they knew what was going on. And I just felt like, yo, when she walked in there off the top, I just felt like the energy was off. Well, I thought they was going to offer for real. I thought they was going to get her out of there. But, like, they was just checking to see, you know, if she was being a spy. Because she already gave the location. Like, that was a suicide mission to begin with. Like, he seen the text messages from her and realized that's her number. And he was already, you know, hip to her nonsense. Like, they was sitting there talking as if they was really gonna link up and do this shit for real. And he know it was over from the last time that they had an encounter. And when she told him about herself, he really like hit rock bottom after that, and he'll start using again. So the drugs, like, she was keeping him motivated, making him feel a certain way. But I'm glad, spoiler alert, that they both survived. I just don't know how they gonna continue all of those stories still, and, you know, push it over to Legacy. But I guess they'll tie it up however they do. But they're just talking about, you know, joining forces, and she's saying that, like, she's mad that Tommy was the one that killed Diamond, even though Diamond was supposed to be a part of their plan. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, like, I don't think that was ever gonna pan out anyway. Like, they always plotted to do it, but Jannard didn't really want to kill his brother. You could tell he was just going along with it just to, you know, play possum for a while. But they both good at playing possum. That's why they play a good role together. Like, they definitely had a good chemistry as far as being snakes in the Power Universe, and they both survivors. Like, even when they get ugly, like, they know how to slither their way out of certain things. So with Jannard, I feel like he was smart enough to shut this down, but it didn't really come to a conclusion by the end anyway. So it ain't like, you know, he messed up or anything. But she definitely, like, was trying to get the drop to give back to Tommy, but it didn't work. And the goons in the background, like, is y'all really believing this? And he said, hell no, he don't believe it. As soon as you get to the next scene, when Shanti talking to Tommy, he's like, do you think you think he bought it? She said, hell no. Like, he was transparent. Like, she knew exactly what he was on for real. So more than likely, they ain't have no other way to get in. Give me intel, but I think Tommy ended up talking to the RDs or whatever. Getting Kilo in them group. He ended up having a conversation with them. Over here, they had a meeting with Che. And this was kind of funny because Che was on some, he was trolling for real. Like, basically, he told Tommy that him and Miguel had to go work with the same cartel that they've been trying to get away from or kill, or they had a war with these people with the nigga Ortega. So basically they got Ortega and them to the right and Tommy and them to the left, and he telling them that they gotta work together. And he's like, nah, I ain't with none of that. Respectfully, I'm gonna have to like just take my business elsewhere. I'm trying to find a clip where they show both of them sitting together because it was mad funny. It's like this Chavy schooling them like they kids or something. But ultimately, before he finished talking, he told Tommy to like, wait and let him finish telling him what the rest of the deal was. And he basically put the gun up to Tommy, making him think that he was about to shoot him, but really they hemmed up Ortega and let Tommy get the kill. But they still working with the cartel that he run with, because the Mexico decided to have like a merger. So they got the troublemaker out the way, but they still doing business with that cartel. And then you got back here my man Vic off the grid watching the news, and they show pretty much how his whole family got slaughtered or whatever. But at the end of the day, he killed his dad, so it's not like Vic can really be sad because him and his sister set that up, and then his sister got set up by Stacy Marks because that was really pointless to let her out of jail just to unalive her. That's kind of crazy. But they just did some stupid stuff, and he's the last one. And he's about to do some stupid stuff too, instead of just laying low and popping up like when they least expect it. But he's seen them on the news with his whole family up there. I thought that was kind of funny seeing the whole Flynn family. It was like the end of Power Book 1 when they showed Kanan after he was gone or whatever. And they had him on the sea. Would it say GC in Chicago? But nah, it was like he's missing or whatever. And then Claudia and then Papa Flynn gone. So he's planning to come back, obviously. But the next scene, you see Tommy talking to Grayskull, and Grayskull's on some like, yo, I'm tired of Jannard, I'm tired of these dudes, I want revenge. And Tommy's pretty much like, yo, just tell me what the next move is. And they supposed to be having a coalition meeting later to tell what's going on. So Tommy, like, he gonna put him on if he working with it. And basically he's with it. So he's like, bro, say less. And dude been trying to get his since season 2. So he's ready. And I'm wondering, like, in the next show, are they gonna have like Chicago and New York? Because they said they gonna go to New York or whatever. I don't know why that was a surprise, because I kind of figured they was gonna take it back. And they didn't show Ghost for what it's worth. Like, everybody thought they was gonna show Ghost, and I did too, because people was hyping it up. But at the same time, I was like, bro, they're not gonna show Ghost. I don't believe that. I believe he's gone. But this next scene was kind of funny, because Sang met with Tommy in this little cellar, and I don't know if he was acting like he was scared or if he was really scared, because the other dude, Bobby, was with him for real, and he was acting like he had a wire, and I think he really did have a wire on or whatever. But Tommy was on top of that, and he was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. He took the wire off him, and he was getting ready to shoot him or whatever. And he found the wire, and he's looking at it like, bro, this ain't it. So when Sang gets scared or whatever from Tommy pulling out the piece on him, he's like, bro, this is it for you. You're done. Like, you really try to set me up on some goofy shit. So, dude, Bobby DeFranco comes out, and you think that he's gonna save the day, and him and Tommy got their guns drawn. He was like, put it down, when they about to shoot, collision each other. And then your boy Sang comes over here and takes the kill, and puts the man down. Like, this dude is crazy, bro. This dude is he's in too deep. Like, he's in too deep. He forgot what side he's on, but he trying to protect his wife and get the bag. So this man is willing to do anything, basically. And then we get back to the meeting, basically, with the coalition. And you see Grayskull sitting there, ominous as ever, and basically just listening so that he can tell Tommy the drop so they can pull up on him way before. And he said, as soon as he heard, my man didn't waste no time. Like, he didn't waste no time. The text popped up right on the screen. I can't even get it to that part. Yeah, he's like sitting there texting. Soon as Jannard said it, he didn't even wait to leave. He didn't even wait to leave the room. He's just like, yeah, they gonna be here. He wanted his revenge real bad. And then you get to this next scene with D-Mac talking to Genesis, and this scene was kind of irky because she kind of know like he a street dude. She keeps saying the same 4 lines. She keeps saying the same 4 lines. You can leave this street stuff alone. My man is a street dude. You gotta accept that. He gave you a bag of money, told you to get an education. You supposed to just take that and go. I don't know what she expecting this man to do, but both of them has lost their mind. Um, but skipping to the next part, you see the pig eating the body parts of Ortega. You can see a hand somewhere on the side. That's obviously Miguel's little pig from the beginning of the season. And you got Shanti and them talking about their next move. And then that's when he's like, yo, I gotta call in a favor because we short on people. Miguel was saying they ain't had enough people. So he went and called them. Shanti called Shorty, I forgot what her name was, Manny Fresh and them. And obviously he's calling Tariq. And he's asking if he has extra bodies or whatever. And he brings some people, but it ain't Braden and the rest of the gang. The Tejadas, like, it's not none of them. It's just some random people you don't even get to see all their faces. I don't even know where them people came from. But next scene right here, you see Tommy going back to the house, and Maria and dipped back to Mexico, left this man a love letter and told him to come find her next to some Jameson. It's crazy work. She ain't waste no time. She said, I'm not being a casualty to this war. And that was probably smart for her, to be honest. It probably was the best thing to do. But I don't know. We're already 43 minutes into the episode at this point. It's not that much left. So you can kind of figure like how this is gonna go. It's not gonna tell the rest of the story basically. But you see them getting ready. That's Manny Fresh. She done brought her people. I guess there's some people from Garfield Park and different things. You see Shanti over here like, yeah, you with the winning side, baby. You feel me? And then you see my man Tommy talking to Miguel. Miguel got some people coming as well. They over here getting ready to gear up. You see D-Mac over there on the side. He trying to, stay focused. He's still mad because he didn't get his revenge on Jannard. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody get ready to leave out and pull out. All the cars is, in the yard, and they doing what they got to do. They getting ready to pull up because they got the drop pretty much from Grayskull. So this is where it gets active. Everybody's shooting everybody. It's getting real crazy. People getting lit up left to right. Then Tommy about to get popped. Somebody's on top of the car getting ready to shoot the heck out of him. He can't get his clip in there. He trying to hurry up and get the clip in. And then next thing you know, your boy Tariq pop up. and pop some muffin caps back. And you see them random people in the background, like, we don't know who those people are. That's not Drew, that's not Diana. It ain't no, I don't know where Tariq got grunts from. He must got a new crew or something. But he definitely showed up, you know what I'm saying? Showed out, saved Tommy's ass with a one-liner, you know what I'm saying? Tommy was relieved to see his nephew. Then you got this man Sangs, and he gonna flip the script and basically say that Stacy and her husband was corrupt, which is kind of crazy because he really trying to like pull up and be the next U.S. attorney, and it's like, dude, you got so many skeletons, but if he working with, you know, the cartel and them, I guess he's safe until somebody in his regime find out. But he's just telling straight lies. He's just lying on the whole operation. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And this guy, I feel like this is a long, drawn-out scene. Like, we could have got more action instead of this. But this man, Vic, still out in the woods, salty, even though he got out of there, he still feel like deprived. And he's, like, arguing with the chick. And she's, like, calling him another name. I forgot his fake name. She's like, come on, you're Todd or whatever. And he's like, I'm Victor Flynn. Or whatever. He's pissed. Like, he's super pissed. And this is like a long, drawn out scene. And he does nothing. And then here, Jannard pretty much loses the whole coalition because he ain't really built for it. And, you know, he's mad because everybody's leaving him. The RODs or SODs, whatever, they leaving. He getting ready to get mad and try to threaten to kill this nigga right here. And then, you know, Avio was like, nah, we not doing that. We're not doing that. And he's like, yo, save the bullet. It ain't worth it, pretty much. And now we get back to Miguel after the shootout in the warehouse. He got a bullet stuck in his leg, and Tommy's over there trying to help him get it out with some tweezers. And Tommy's like, yo, let me help. I got you, brother-in-law. And then on the side, you got, hold on. On the side, you got Tommy. You got Tariq talking to D-Mac, and him and D-Mac is pretty much chopping it up. And D-Mac saying a whole bunch of daddy stuff, talking about dads, and yeah, I know your dad passed too. I heard your dad was killed. And Tariq over there looking stupid and crazy because he know that he murdered his father. And that made me think that they was going to show him or something like that. He not actually did, but they didn't show Ghost at all. That was just a random rumor. But basically Tariq, like, just saying little to nothing, and D-Mac really, like, going through it. Because his dad was, like, a casualty versus Tariq, like, he offed his dad, but he can't really say nothing. Because you already know, like, how that's going to go. But they over there, you know, God, brother, cousins, whatever you want to call them, they chopping it up, having a drink. But D-Mac really, he want to get his revenge, and he really hurting for real. And it's like, he ain't never experienced it. And Tariq just over here like, bro, I can't even say what I really want to say. he like, bro, nah. And then, you know, you could just tell they got two different mentalities. But Reek, you know, he was calm, cool, and collected. I just feel like this was like fan service just to see them on screen together, but you didn't really get to see them put in no work together for real. And then you see that Tommy, he got the tweezers or whatever, he pulled the bullet out of Miguel's leg, and he was over there crying like a baby. He was supposed to be the insane prince. It's like, nah, but he did just go into mad shootouts. But, you know, he's like, he lost a brother. And pretty much he was saying, he was telling Tommy, sorry for your loss, and maybe he gained a new brother. You know what I'm saying? And they had a little heart-to-heart for real. And pretty much after that, this guy comes in and says, yeah, so at least Dom is dead now. And he was like, that bullet was meant for Jannard. It wasn't even meant for Dom, and you don't even understand. So dude tells him to walk away because he's like, you know, poking the bear and stuff. And then shortly after, these fools, you know, after they just gotten, this is unlikely in real life, these fools just got into a shootout, and they all walk in, asking if CBI, um, you know, can join them without Jannard, basically. I forgot Big Boy name or whatever. But it was basically the guys that just said, forget Jannard. They came in there humble and ready. And they asked pretty much Tommy could they join. And he like, I was wondering when y'all was gonna come join the winning team. That was like the reoccurring theme and shit. And then you know, they live happy ever after with the coalition. And then the next scene, you see these boots coming in, walking down the stairs of what seems to be the barber shop of, Diamond and Jannard. And Jannard's in there at the table. I'm sorry, I went back too far. He's at the table playing with this gun and the bullets. And I'm thinking, yo, this dude trying to hurt himself. He done lost his whole crew. He hurting, like he don't know what to do. And as soon as you thinking it's all good, you see Vic Shoe come up, and he's like, yeah, we about to do some Dr. Evil shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was Tommy at first, but the whole time it's Vic. And Vic pretty much wants to team up with this dude to take down Tommy, something that they could have did hours ago in the conversation of the, but it didn't happen. So they have a little heart to heart about how much they hate Tommy and this and that. Then they flip back to Tariq talking to Tommy, and he's seeing how he got the coalition and everything on lock in Chicago, and he's admiring that. And they just give you some extra time to see these two talk pretty much, and he's calling Maria, letting him know that everything's all Gucci, even though Jannard is still alive. This is the last 5 minutes of the episode. You just see Tariq and Tommy have a conversation, basically saying how they're gonna go back to New York and start something new, a new legacy. Even drop the word legacy in there, and it was cool for real. Like I thought personally that it was going to be a little more action at the end. It was going to kind of like fill in some gaps of what's to be, but they left it open-ended, kind of like they did Ghost. Like it felt rushed, but you can kind of see that they're just showing you that anything can happen in the next spinoff, and a lot of people did survive. But you would have thought it would have been crazier since episode 9 was so crazy. I mean, this episode was wild for a good little minute, but not most of it was filler to me. And 9 was really the finale episode. They said it was a false finale. But I mean, what do y'all think? Like, drop your thoughts, drop your ideas. I think that it was dope. It was a good episode. I give it an 8 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10. And Jannard, he did a hell of a performance. I wish that they would have gave Kilo a little more time. I feel like he didn't really do that much. He was like the boogeyman for no reason. And then as soon as he got out, he got. But they had to rush it. But I wish Diamond would have survived too. But a lot of people seem to, play their part, and maybe they're going to tell a bigger story. I know Raising Kanan is about to come out. Origins is coming out. So we still got a lot of power to go. But I really enjoyed Force for what it was worth. I wish I would have started covering it sooner. I had a lot of predictions that I thought was going to happen, but some things that it was like totally different. But leave your comments, your predictions. What did you think about this season? What did you think about this finale? Was it up to your standards? What do you think Legacy is gonna be about? Like, drop your comments and your thoughts. I wanna know. But till next time, I'm out. It's your boy 410 Danny Lugo. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please like the video if you're watching. Please don't forget to like it. I'm trying. This is my first attempt to do a review, so bear with me. It'll get better with time. Peace. I'm out.